Hello everyone, in today's video I'll be guiding you through on how to dual boot Fedora Linux and macOS on your Apple Silicon Mac natively. So let's get started with the video. First of all, you want to click the link in the description box below, and that should bring you to the Asahi Linux official website. Now we're going to be using this product to go ahead and achieve the dual boot. So what you want to do is you'll be able to see the install from macOS box right here, and just click the copy button right next to it. Now after the command is copied to your clipboard, you want to open up the terminal app on your Mac. In this case, I'll be using a third-party terminal app called iTerm2. You can use this or just use the native terminal app that's already pre-installed on your Mac. After that, you want to go ahead and paste the command into your terminal and just hit enter. Now, it'll say that you have to enter your sudo password if prompted, and as you can see right now, we have to enter our sudo password. So what you want to do is just enter the password that you use to log into your Mac. So in my case, I'm just going to go ahead and enter my password, and please note that it won't show the password, but it will register it, and if you successfully entered your password correctly, you'll be prompted to start the installation process. So we're just going to press enter, and it's just going to collect all of our information of our computer, and it says choose what to do. R, resize an existing partition, or Q, to quit without doing anything. Obviously, we're going to click R, and now we have to enter the new size for our partition. So as you can see, it gives some examples over here. For example, 30% to macOS, 70% to the new OS. You can write it in these forms. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to write something like 86%. And as you can see, that says resizing will free up 69.21 gigabytes of space. Now, since I'm happy with that, I'm going to click Y, but if you're unhappy with that and want to retry, you can just click the N, type in N. So I'm going to type in Y and press enter. There we go, guys. As you can see, the resize is complete, so I'm going to press enter to continue on with the installation process. And now it says choose what to do. F is to install an OS into the free space. Now the free space is the space that we literally just allocated. And R is to resize an existing partition to make space for new OS. And Q is quit without doing anything. So of course we're gonna press F and we're gonna enter. Now it prompts us to choose an OS to install. Do not choose 3, 4, or 5 because these ones are like you'll have to install it yourself using code and stuff, so just choose 1 or 2. 1 is with the KDE Plasma desktop environment, and 2 is with the GNOME environment. So I'm going to choose 2 because I prefer the GNOME environment, so this will install Fedora Asahi Remix 41 with GNOME on my Mac. So let's just hit enter. And what we have to do here is just type max, which is going to use all of the free space that we allocated. And then what we're going to do here is just enter a name for your OS. I'm just going to call this Fedora Linux, like so. And I'm going to hit enter. And now it's going to actually start preparing for dual booting it. So this will take quite a while, so I'm going to speed this process up. Alright everyone, so the process has now finished, and it says to continue the installation you will need to enter your macOS admin credentials. So I'm going to enter my password once again. And again, it won't show me my password when I enter it, but it is registering it. And then it's just doing some more stuff, setting the new OS as the default boot volume. That should just take a minute, and then there we go. it says report your install. I'm gonna click yes to report my install to the Asahi Linux team, and then it says the install has been counted. So now we're just gonna press enter to continue, and as you can see, it gives you a whole bunch of instructions, and it says press enter to shut down the system. Now I'm gonna stop recording right now, and I'll catch you guys when I shut down my system. Everyone, now that my system is powered off, what we're gonna be doing is holding the power button until the Apple logo shows on the screen and it says booting up the startup option. So we're gonna press and hold this button like this. I'm holding it down. As you can see, continue holding for startup options. We're just gonna continue holding, and once it says loading startup options, we can stop holding that. So once it loads up in a second or so, there we go. So now what we're gonna be doing is just pressing FEDORA Linux, because that's what I named it. So we're just gonna select that with our arrow keys, and I'm gonna press enter. And now it should have the macOS boot up logo, because we still have to complete one more step before we boot up into Linux. As you can see, now it loaded up into macOS recovery, and I'm just gonna go ahead and click my user, and I'm gonna click next, and I'm gonna enter the password for my user. I'm gonna click enter, and as you can see right here, you'll get a pop-up window. You don't really have to read that, just press enter, and we have to enter the password for my user once again, and it won't show it, but we are entering it, and it is registering it once again. And it'll just do like a local policy update. I'm not really sure what that is, but just let the installer do its thing. Should be done in a second or so. And as you can see, it's now done, and we're just going to click Y on our keyboard and enter. And we have to enter our username this time, which is the username for the user that is an admin on our computer, and the user that we just selected, and enter the password for earlier. And now we have to enter our password once again and press enter, and it should be done in a minute or so. Bam! And now the installation is complete. All we have to do now is just press the enter key on our Mac to reboot. So the system has just booted up, and as you can see, it's booting straight into FEDORA Linux. As so, done in a moment. Now bam, we're in the system. So now we just have to complete our setup. There's one last step to do before we finish everything, but I'll be back with you guys when I finish setting up. And as you guys can see, we are now loaded up into the system and ready to go. Now your interface might look a bit different depending if you chose KDE Plasma or GNOME, but I chose GNOME, so it looks like this. So what we have to do now is just connect to the internet. As you can see, I have already connected to my Wi-Fi, and what you have to do now is just open up the Terminal app. Now, if you selected KDE Plasma for the desktop environment, it's not going to be called Terminal. It's actually going to be called Console, spelled K-O-N-S-O-L-E. But they're essentially the same thing. So since I'm using GNOME, I'm just going to open up Terminal, and we just have to apply one last command, and that command is sudo dnf upgrade. We're gonna have to use hyphen and refresh. That's our final command of the day. And we're gonna enter our password one more time. I promise this will be the last time we're gonna be doing this. And as you can see, it's gonna be upgrading all of our repositories. I'll catch you later when it's all done. And once the process is complete, we can close this pop-up window and start enjoying the system. Now, if you want to switch back to macOS, just go ahead and first shut down the system. Just click power off and click power off. And once the system is powered off, all you have to do is just hold the power button. And it should say continue holding for startup options once again. And it's loading the startup options. And at this point, all you have to do now is just select Macintosh HD. And now you're going to be booting back to your beloved macOS. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. If you have any questions or queries, just leave them down in the comment section below and I'll be happy to answer them. Have a great rest of your day and catch you later. Bye.